Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday. It is August 24th, and some pretty interesting stories today. So I will dig right in. So, the first story I'm going to discuss would be the Ethereum Mainnet merge announcement. So, the Foundation blog put out a blog today, basically saying, "Hey, we're like we all knew, proof of stake known as the merge must be first activated on the Beacon chain with the Bellatrix upgrade. After this, the proof of work chain will migrate to proof of stake upon hitting a specific total difficulty value." Blah 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 blah. The important part is they're expecting it between September 10th and 20th of this year. Operators shutting down on the Kiln testnet September 6th. So we have a little more idea of well, I shouldn't say exactly, of roughly when this is going to occur. I've read dates, September 16th, whatever. We will see, but hey, we are getting there slowly but surely. And obviously, Vitalik has said many times, hey, like we're still, a little over halfway there once we do this merge. So don't think this is a done deal by any stretch. Bitfinex from there has announced a new chain split token, CSTs, basically called the proof of work and proof of stake. So ETH W and ETH S will be available in trading pairs on the derivative platform. So there's no consensus change, but the ETH S will expire worthless and ETH will be given in exchange for each ETH W holding on the current proof of work chain. In the event of a successful consensus change with no fork, ETH W will expire worthless and ETH will be given in exchange for the ETH S. In the event of a successful fork and the successful consensus change for Ethereum, users will be credited with their respective ETH W and ETH S tokens. And very important, these tokens will expire the last day of this year, December 31st. They put a disclosure on their website on this blog. I will link this in the description. Very cool, though. Good to know, right? Moving on to Strike. I'm not sure if anyone uses Strike in your everyday. Some people like to DCA. Hey, buy it every hour, buy it every day, buy it every whatever you want to do. Now they have a Strike card, and Jack had put this thing out saying like, hey, I get his direct deposit, which he's been doing, right? And then he buys Bitcoin, which he's been doing. He remits it, which he's been doing. He spends money. Now he earns rewards. So basically, he's closing his Chase account, he's saying, because he has a Bitcoin native bank. He's saying Strike does everything his bank does. So obviously, pretty cool news if you are a Strike or maybe use Cash App, whatever you use. This is very cool to see people moving in these directions. And obviously, he's a very big innovator in this world, and very exciting to see what this guy comes up with. He's very sharp and has a lot of cool stuff. I use Strike. I think it's a great site. And more good things to come if you are into DCA, especially remittance payments, like he mentioned. So he's closing his bank account. So we'll see what happens from there, but very cool news. CoinDesk put this out that Voyager, usually cover Celsius a lot lately, but now Voyager is now a judge ruled they can pay their employees those retention bonuses. Basically, the judge had to seal the names and the titles of these employees who want these or were offered these retention bonuses. But this is the move they filed for earlier this month. Their creditors were like, hell no. The U.S. Trustee's office basically objected as well, suggested that its own filing may not be eligible, in its own filing may not be eligible for this type of bonus. But a judge overruled that and said, hey, as long as, I agree with you, Voyager, pay these people their bonuses if they're essential and they need these bonuses to continue working, we'll just seal the names and the titles so they're not, possibly, targeted online or even worse in person. So always something with Voyager, just like always something with Celsius. Moving into some real estate. Again, this stream I do every day is half crypto, half real estate. And like yesterday, when I get a story that Slash is selling his house in Beverly Hills for fiat and or crypto. I love that kind of stuff because that's the whole point of what I do. Is I think that this is a market that's going to continue to get stronger and bigger and more adopted, and that's what this channel is dedicated to. So if you like that kind of content, please like this video and consider subscribing to my channel, because I do these live streams every day, covering what I feel the most important news stories in crypto and real estate. So basically, Fortune magazine put this thing out saying like, hey, a prediction. It's only like halfway through the year, but their data is predicting a 4% drop in the next 5 months, with and homes with these two characteristics will be the hardest hit. So I will link this in the I always link the articles I cover from in the description. But basically, they're saying, many of the homes go into contract in peak spring selling, close around 40 to 60 days later in July. It's important to note that as recently as April, every one of the 60 markets, so the 60 markets that they are basically the U.S. as a whole, month over month, home price depreciation decelerated sharply from an average of 2.1 to just 0.2, followed by a slight uptick to 0.5% in July. So we are seeing, they're saying big quote, super pricey Western markets, like, your Californias, your Washingtons, Seattle, LA, San Francisco, down to San Diego. So they're expecting a drop in the next, 5 months. So we shall see. But something worth noting regardless, right? Fixer is a blog that polled 47 different home builders, designers, and architects to kind of say, like, what do you all feel are the homeowners' top priorities? I'm going to show you and I'll again link this graphic into the description as well. But they feel like these are the most essential, important, and unimportant features for homes in 2022. So if you look at the chart, green means very important, yellow important, orange somewhat important, and red not important at all. We go usable outdoor area is a huge thing, which like the pandemic in 2020, people were leaving cities, they were going to suburbs. Obviously, part of that is having the backyard a lot of people weren't used to. If you were in the city of New York or San Francisco, you probably don't have a backyard, Philly, Chicago, like whatever, probably didn't have a backyard. So moving to these places, I think people have now understood the value of that outdoor space, natural light, the home office, right? Things that you would expect from people who are leaving urban areas and moving into suburban, right? And then like the lowest is like swimming pool. Okay, well, probably because it's pretty freaking expensive to maintain, and maybe they just don't use it that much, because if they live in New York City, you maybe get 3 months a year you can go out swimming, because it's just like, the weather's not, you get 4 seasons. So I could really go out and, fall, winter, most of spring, maybe summer, it's thunderstorms a lot. So pool is probably low on the end of, or obviously is low on the end for these 2022 home trends. So finally going to close this out with Zillow and Opendoor. Now, whatever you think, real estate agents are not the biggest fan of Zillow and Opendoor, but these two have partnered up on a multi-year partnership. Home sellers visiting Zillow will be able to request an Opendoor offer. So they're saying, it's anxiety, uncertainty for people that want to focus on moving and not like how to sell and what to ask for and, negotiate, blah, 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 blah. So they're saying like sellers on Zillow and other apps, Zillow related, may view an offer directly from Opendoor that'll integrate and easily compare it to an open market sale using an agent. So your percentage might be higher on Zillow. It might be higher with using an agent. There's always going to be something, what you're going to get for what you're saying, selling, and what you want to get for in return for marketing. Maybe you want to do open houses. Maybe you want to have, 3D tours and fancy pictures and drones and Matterport and all these kind of things that, sometimes they say if you use Zillow, you have to also buy with them, or, you're getting a higher percentage, or who knows, right? But Zillow will work, they'll work with licensed Zillow advisors, and basically they can, use this service as a standalone offering or package it with other Zillow home shopping services like financing, closing, and agent selection. So obviously they're not saying they won't pair you with an agent, but they are saying that they want to partner with Opendoor, and clearly that's not the most agent friendly platform, but it is what it is. There's a lot of competition, but there's a lot of market share for anyone out there. So with that, I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And if you like this content, please consider liking, subscribing to this channel, and let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions about what I do. And if you like this sort of content, crypto and real estate, I do half and half and try to blend them when I see stories. So with that, I'll see you all tomorrow night, and have a great rest of your Wednesday.